Hi, I'm State Representative Roger Goodman from the 45th Legislative District, which is the northeast corner of King County, including Duval and Woodinville, and the northern parts of Sammamish, Redmond, and Kirkland. Thank you very much for the honor of serving here in the legislature. I very much appreciate it. So the legislature now is really coming down the home stretch. The bills from the House have been over in the Senate, and the bills from the Senate have been over in the House. We've been hearing our respective bills in our committees, and we're almost done with that process. So we will be done in just the next few days. I still have 14 pieces of legislation on various topics, mostly related to public safety and our judicial system, that are alive in the Senate. Measures to protect us in our homes and on our roadways, to protect kids in schools, a particularly important bill to protect domestic violence victims from firearms from those who are subject to protection orders. It's a bill that's received quite a bit of attention. So after this phase in the legislative session, we're going to be heading back to the floor of the House and the floor of the Senate, respectively, to vote on final passage of the respective bills. And then we'll be working out the differences between those bills to eventually send many of them to the governor's desk for signature. But really, our major focus is the budget. That's really what we're here for in Olympia, is to take the collective resources of the people and deploy them as effectively as we can for the maximum good for our citizens. This means public education, public health, transportation, and other essential needs, environmental protection, and so forth. Public education really is our top priority. The Supreme Court has ordered us, in a recent decision called the McCleary case, to fund our K-12 system much more generously than we have. Our class sizes are too big, particularly in elementary school. High school students are not spending enough time in the classroom, and kids who need a little extra help or who are advanced are also not getting enough instructional time, and especially kids whose first language is not English. There's a lot of work to be done in our public school system, and it's going to take more resources. So we're going to be struggling to find the resources from the existing revenue base, and we're going to be engaging in a debate now about where the additional funding is going to need to come from to fund our public schools. That's really the major focus of this legislative session. I know that we're also working on a transportation package. We've run out of money to borrow against to pay for highway improvements and public transit and bicycle and pedestrian access, and so we're also looking for revenue for that. I don't know what the prospects are this year actually for coming to consensus on a transportation package, but we might be seeing something come out, perhaps going to the voters. In the area of health care, we actually have some good news, because the passage of the Federal Affordable Care Act means that a lot of federal resources are going to be coming down to the state to help us pay for the health care and health insurance for about 300,000 people in Washington who have not had access to health care before. So we're going to be able to provide much more access to health care and health insurance, all the while saving state money, about $200 million or more, which we'll be able to use for other essential purposes. So that's going to help us balance the budget, although we are facing a budget deficit this year of about $1.5 billion, which is quite a gap that we're going to have to fill, and this is in addition to finding the necessary funding for our public schools. So we've got a lot of work to do, only a few weeks left, and I want you to stay engaged, so please keep paying attention, and please keep in touch. I appreciate the emails. I get thousands of them, so pardon me for not giving enough of a substantive response to each email. Phone calls are welcome. Please call me in my Olympia office, and I will call you back. And of course, a personal visit is always most welcome, where we have FaceTime, where you can tell me what is most important to you, and then we can put that into action here in Olympia. Thanks again for the honor and privilege of serving you here in Olympia, and I hope to hear from you soon, and I'll be back in touch with you as well with another update. Thanks very much.